Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great day. Nice to have you on with us as always. And we want to say hello to a few friends as you get your notifications here. And hello. I wonder who it's going to be number one today. I think it'll be Brahim or Michael. Let me just see. It's Brahim. And Mike's number two. Okay, you guys. Madeleine, Kippawa, how are you? Eric, Ottawa. And Brahim's got his coffee cups there. Kerry, Nebraska, how are you? And Rosa. And Yvonne, how are you? Mary from Norwich. Linda, St. Jude, Quebec. Jeanette, how are you? And Nellie, good morning. And who was that up there? Darlene from Saskatchewan. Donna, Park Hill. Wendy from Markham. Francis Marie. Vince. And Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. And Donna, I think. Jeanette, how are you? Nancy. And Wendy from London, just finishing her walk. And Sandy, how are you? Chilliwack, British Columbia. Maryland from Kelowna. Hey, Janice. And Francis from Vaughan. Yolande, bonjour. And Sharon from Kansas. Rosa, Montreal. And Rose, how are you? Olive, how are you? From Oregon. Vera from Newfoundland. Rebecca, how are you, Rebecca, from Callender. Kevin, our dear friend from Oshawa. Nancy, Gore's Landing. And Dave. And Marcia, hola, from Mexico. And I didn't see that one. Gertie, how are you? From Burlington. Maria, Ottawa. Cheryl, I didn't mean to miss you, Cheryl. Annalisa, North Bay. Fran from Orangeville. All you guys are such dear friends of this podcast. April, Ashley, couple of more guys. Donna, Bell Valley. Gary from Bolton. Foggy Bolton, he says. Jeanne Hamner. Barbara. And Crystal, how are you, from Calgary? Lori Lee, and I'm just going to guess, Ventura, California. Anne, how are you? Beverly, nice to have you on. And Brahim's talking to Olive from Oregon. Sandy, Washington State. And I think it was Lonnie. Sue, how are you? St. Petersburg, Florida. Kathy from Simcoe. And Sharon from New Brunswick. Okay, now, I'm going to, Debbie, how are you? And Cecilia, how are you? Now, let me ask you guys, okay? It's going to be a little quiz because I want you guys to follow this with me, okay? Now, when I say the word serial killer, okay, it's not with a C. It's with an S. And I mean it too. I want you to name two serial killers that I talk about all the time. Okay, just quickly if you know them. And it's a little quiz. You know me. I'm a teacher. I want to see if you're listening. And I know you guys, the best audience, the smartest audience. Name me two serial killers that I talk about all the time. And Sharon says it's 34 degrees wherever she is. Dr. Kellogg's is one. You guys are so stinking smart. Okay? Yeah, no, I know I'm not talking about cereal, but I will in a minute. Okay? Who are the names of, and Karen, you got the other name. Okay? Okay, I'm talking about individuals who I called serial killers. When I wrote this book, hold on, I'll get it for you. Sun, Steak, and Steel, and Sleep. Got this? Have you got this book yet? You haven't? What's the matter? Okay. My new book, Sun, Steak, and Steel. I go over in a fair amount of detail 2 serial killers in there. One guy's name was Dr. Kellogg's, famous for the invention of cereals and how the world got sucked into that. And 2, the cholesterol guy was a fella out of Minnesota, Dr. Ansel Keys. One guy started the whole cholesterol hoax. And that's why I call him a serial killer. Because for 50 years or more, he was on, Dr. Ansel Keys was on, I think in 1963 or 1965, I got to look it up again. He was on the front page of Time magazine. Now, you guys know this. Young generation don't know, like Time magazine don't mean much to them. But when I was young, Time magazine, only world famous people hit the cover of Time magazine. And Ansel Keys hit the cover of Time magazine. Why? Because his theory, cholesterol is at the root of heart disease, and the whole world went for it. The whole world. And cereal companies who were originally started by Dr. Kellogg's, he was a physician who was a vegetarian, invented cereal, okay? And convinced people that cereal was a tremendous food, okay? And the world went for it. In North America, the breakfast of North Americans changed. It went from bacon and eggs to cereal, okay? I know people still eat bacon and eggs, but not like they used to. And that was because of one man, okay? Dr. Kellogg's. And the other one was Dr. Ansel Keys and his cholesterol hypothesis took over medicine, the food industry, the media. And if you went door to door in your hometown and asked 9 out of 10 people, and it probably is 10 out of 10, just about, what is the cause of heart disease? And they would tell you, oh, cholesterol is the cause of heart disease, right? Now, I've been pushing back on that for a lot of years. A lot of years. I've been pushing back on cereal for a lot of years. Okay? I know they have a heart on their box, but that's because you're going to have a heart attack if you eat them. Okay? Like Cheerios aren't great. Frosted Flakes aren't great. They're not good for you. And you guys know that because I've been saying that for a long time. Now, I'm going to bring you another serial killer. Okay? Only because, you know, I never pinned it on one guy before. But today, we're going to talk about fiber. Okay? Now, fiber is overrated. Okay? That is the Doctor is in podcast. My view. Fiber is overrated. Okay? But I'm going to bring you another serial killer. His name is another doctor. One guy started this in the late 50s and early 60s, that fiber was essential. His name was Dr. Dennis Burkett. Okay? And it's interesting when you read about him because he made an observation while he was in Africa. And he came back with this, you need fiber to be healthy. And again, the cereal companies, it was like wind in their sails. Because cereal was already quite popular. And Dr. Kellogg's really made it popular, and especially after he died, it took off and people started to change their habits, and they said butter is bad and eggs are bad and cholesterol is bad, and Dr. Ansel Keys, so Dr. Kellogg's, even though they probably, I don't know if they even knew each other, Dr. Ansel Keys and Dr. Kellogg's, the world ran with it. And then this Dr. Burkett comes in, says fiber is essential for your health. And the three got mixed up together. Fiber. Do you know that fiber lowers cholesterol? And the world? Medicine? Nutritionists? Dietitians? The media? Pharmaceutical companies? They all went for it. They all went for it. Boogeyman, cholesterol, right? Boogeyman, a lack of fiber. So, if you don't have a bulky stool, according to Dr. Burkett, you're in trouble. You need a bulky stool. Now, I'm going to tell you something clinically, okay? Because I had thousands, and I mean this, or more than that, thousands and thousands of people, patients, that would come into the office with digestive trouble. IBS, diverticulosis, diverticulitis, SIBO, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, okay? I mean, you name it. And, you know, I don't think there's almost anything that will take the joy out of your life is if you've got digestive problems. And especially if they're ongoing. They're no fun. No fun under the sun. Here's what I did, okay, at the Martin Clinic. You had digestive trouble. Anything in that list that I mentioned, anything. You know what I would do? I'd tell them, you know what? No more fiber. What? Yeah. I said, you're irritating your gut with your bulky stool. Who told you you need a bulky stool? Well, my doctor, my nurse practitioner, my dietitian. They told me I need to have a bulky stool. I need fiber. I said the fiber is one of the root causes of your digestive trouble. You're going to stop it. You're eating too much salad. Well, Dr. Martin, I said, you're not a rabbit. You don't have the enzymes to break down salad. You might like it, but it don't like you. Yes, it'll give you a bulky stool. I want to know why you want a bulky stool. That's irritating your gut. Stop it. Well, Dr. Martin, if I don't eat oatmeal, I ain't going to the bathroom. I said, you're not a horse. Why are you eating oats? You're going to change your breakfast. You're going to start eating bacon and eggs in the morning. You like bacon? Oh, I love bacon, Dr. Martin, but it's got cholesterol. It's full of fat. I know. And that's what's good for your gut. The fat will lubricate your digestive tract. It'll make it slippery instead of a bulky stool that's sucking up all your water and taking it out and putting it into the toilet. Do you think you win a prize? Look at your stool. I remember a company. Okay. I actually did some work for them. I was a consultant, and they used to tell their people, have a look in the toilet after you finished. Like, I used to find that comical. You know? And, I mean, how to ruin your day. Like, but you don't win a prize for it. I said, it's irritating your gut. You believed a lie about fiber. It's seriously overrated. And I know that in the craw of the whole world, especially in North America, that's a big thing. If you don't have fiber, you're going to have high cholesterol. Good. You want high cholesterol. Why do you want to lower your cholesterol? But guys, when I go to the grocery store and I go down those middle aisles, and when I see cereals and they're boasting about how much fiber they have in them, they boast. And they got hearts on the box. You know, Cheerios has a heart on the box. Bought and paid for. They sponsor the American and Canadian Heart Association, so they put a heart in the box. Yeah, you're going to have a heart attack if you eat this stuff. And then I see all those granola bars. Guys, you might as well eat a chocolate bar. There's no difference. Dr. Martin, it's got fiber. I know. And you're going to die sooner because of the amount of fiber that you're eating. And guys, I know, I'm going to say something kind of funny. I know this goes against the grain. I know it goes against the grain. But I'm telling you, clinically, it was like unbelievable results. People with diverticulosis for years. And every couple of years they were in the hospital with diverticulitis, an infection that almost kills them because they can become sepsis so easy. Infection in the bowel. I said, you know what? Here's your fiber. The only two fibers that I like. Coffee and water. No, not salad and cereals and nuts and seeds. I said, you think you're a chipmunk? Are you putting stuff away for the winter? You think you're a squirrel? You think you're made to eat a lot of nuts and seeds? No. No. I have one asterisk beside flaxseed because I like that. Because I know what it does in blocking extra estrogen. Okay? But guys, you don't need fiber. You don't need, the other day, it was on our private Facebook group. Someone's doing the reset. They said, Dr. Martin, I'm constipated. What should I do? Well, I said, are you in pain? No. I said, well, you're not constipated. You're just used, because when you eat a lot of carbs, remember this about carbohydrates, 4 times the volume. It attracts water to the stool. That's what carbs are sponges. They suck up all your water and they give you a big stool. Okay? So when you go on the reset and you're not eating those carbohydrates, your stool, who told you got to go to the bathroom every day? Okay? Now, some people, they go every day. But if you don't go every day, doesn't mean you're constipated. Constipation doesn't mean that. Constipated is you're like, ugh, like I am so sick. And I haven't had a bowel movement in a week. Okay. But a lot of people think they're constipated. Well, I didn't go to the bathroom yesterday. I said, well, you know what? One thing when you eat eggs, meat, cheese, you're not going to have a lot. Think of what goes into the toilet. Okay? I know I'm grossing you out this morning. I hope you had your bacon and eggs already. Okay? Think of what goes into the toilet. Is it good stuff in the toilet? Nah. Your body's so smart, it goes, this is waste. This is waste coming out of your body, right? You're not preserving it. When you eat eggs, meat, and cheese, okay? You got very little waste, and that's why people go to us and go, Dr. Martin, when I eat cheese, I get constipated. Do you really get constipated? Or is it because you are not going to the bathroom and your stool is not as big as it used to be? Right? Because cheese is so good for you. Your body goes, yummy, yummy, goody, goody gumdrops. You've given me something that is good for my cells. It's good for energy. It's a better fuel. And your body don't want to waste that. It absorbs it. All those amino acids, all those vitamins, all those minerals. You bring them in, your body goes, yippee! You're eating the way you should eat. Now, we have very little wasted. You see, one thing they don't tell you about fiber is they're soluble and insoluble. The vast majority of fibers are insoluble. You know what that means? They don't do nothing for you. And people have this idea, okay? And even some of my guru friends that I graduated with. Well, that fermentation, when you have an insoluble fiber, you get fermentation because it sits in your bowel and that feeds your good bacteria. Guys, that thinking gives me a headache. I get a migraine thinking about that. Your body's fermenting it. You know what fermentation does inside your body? It gives you gas. Like your gut's going like that. That's fermentation from insoluble fiber. You think that's good for you? Oh, I got gas. Isn't that good? Nah, it's not good. Like, they got it upside down, guys. It's upside down. So, anyway, I get crazy because it bothers me, okay? And I'm reading an article in the last few days, again, about these things, and it bothers me. Let me just bring you one more thing, okay? This whole fiber thing. I believe, okay? Do you know what's one of the major cancers today? Colon cancer. It's just doing this, guys. Colon cancer is doing this. It's rising rapidly. And you know what's really scary about colon cancer? It's happening in young people more than ever. Like colon cancer, when I was in school in the 70s, colon cancer was an old man's disease. Okay? Stomach cancer, pancreatic cancer, colon cancer, these were, if you read the medical books, they were old men got those diseases. Okay? Today, colon cancer, younger and younger and younger, and I've talked about this in the past, but I'm going to tell you, one of the things that is at the root, now, the number one cause of colon cancer is not a lack of fiber, because people eat more fiber today than they ever did. Has it fixed colon cancer? Nope, it's made it worse. The biggest culprit in colon cancer, by the way, is it's not fiber, but it's sugar. 100%. Antibiotics. I believe the greatest discovery of the 20th century became the curse of the 21st. Not only in autoimmune disease, but the increases in colon cancer. I'm convinced of it because of what it does to the microbiome, to those little bacteria, the friendly bacteria, that invisible war going on inside your gut. It disrupts that. It carpet bombs them. Antibiotics can save your life, but boy, they're destructive to the gut. And years later, that can come back and bite you. But the other one is this craze that we have of fiber. Irritating the gut with a large stool going through the intestine. It wasn't meant for that. It irritates it. And it causes that, at that level, it causes an irritation in the gut and inflammation. So all I'm saying is fiber is overrated. It really is. Really is. And there's, I'll give one thing about the food companies. Man, they're good at marketing. They are unbelievable. Kids going to school with granola bars. And, from you name it. Because that's like a meal replacement, Dr. Martin. It's so good for you. No, it's not. It's so full of stinking sugar and fiber that irritates the gut. Again, coming back to what you should do. You want God's fiber? It ain't insoluble. Okay? It's water. It's H2O. And isn't it wonderful? Coffee. Coffee wins again. Okay? It wins again. Now, you guys think I'm biased? You think I'm crazy? But I'm not. I'm telling you what I've seen over the years and 50 years of practice. Okay, I got excited today. Didn't mean to. Imagine getting excited over fiber. Okay, I got to laugh at myself sometimes, okay? I really do, because I'm kind of half crazy. But I love you guys, and I really appreciate, when I put those little quizzes out, okay? My audience, okay? So now I'm adding a third name, okay? What's that guy's name again? Burkett? Okay, let me spell it for you. Dennis Burkett. Burkitt. Dennis Burkett. Another, and I hate to use the word serial killer. This guy he's an S. Because it's duped millions and millions and millions of people. Switching their foods because they thought they needed fiber to be healthy. Way overrated. Okay, guys, we love you dearly. Okay? Tomorrow is afternoon session. Okay, Lord willing. And I hope you guys are going to have a great day, and we love you. Share this, okay, to your fiber friends. Do you have fiber friends? Okay. Share it. Okay. That's what makes this show. You guys pump up the tires of this show. And you make we're over 4 million downloads on the Doctors In podcast. We thank you for that. You guys are unreal. We love you sincerely and dearly. Talk to you soon.